What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 137, and today we do indeed have the Champions League final with Racing Santander against Chelsea, and I am so excited for this game, and I'm also so nervous for it as well, because of course it is going to be our first ever Champions League final with Racing Santander, and of course it's going to be our last ever game with Racing Santander as well, because as I mentioned before, I was planning on putting this series on a break, on a hiatus, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be the final season, and this will be the last game we'll ever play with this Racing Santander team, and it's so sad to see how far we've come, but this is going to be the final game, our first and only ever Champions League final, and I'm just so desperate to win it, and I really hope we can, but I don't think it's going to be easy, and I think Chelsea, despite our fantastic knockout stage results against United, PSG, and also Bayern Munich as well, I still, sorry, not Bayern Munich, Juventus, I still believe that Chelsea are going to be the favourites, and it's going to be really difficult for us to overcome the English side. Regardless, really excited for it, really nervous for it as well, but hopefully we can prevail and get ourselves our first ever Champions League trophy in our final ever game with Racing Santander. But also today, guys, as well, I want to say a huge apology, because today's episode is going to be, of course, 137, but there was 136 uploaded on Sunday night, but there was no 135, and I know that quite a few of you were probably wondering where that episode went. I did explain what happened in the description of episode 136, that there was no episode 135, but if you didn't read the description and you're wondering what happened to that episode, I accidentally deleted it, and I know that is so stupid because obviously I'm someone who thrives on consistency and reliability, so to miss out an episode was just, like, it hurt me. Like, it really did hurt me to know that I wasn't able to upload that episode because I accidentally deleted it. But yeah, it was really stupid. Basically, I'll just talk about it real quick. Basically, when I make videos, when I make the videos, I delete the footage I made the videos with to clear up space on my hard drive, because I recorded the highest quality setting, so I can record in 60 frames per second and 720, so the file sizes are naturally quite big, so I delete all of that footage, and of course, because I make 2 videos a day, I'm working with quite a lot of footage during the day, and my hard drive does get quite full quite quickly, so I delete all of that footage as soon as I made a video, so I'm just left with one video, and that's it. So if the video ever gets corrupted or deleted, then I'm sort of screwed, basically, which isn't really good, but I sort of have to do it because my hard drive isn't the biggest, and of course I work with so much footage per day, and basically when I make the video, I tend to schedule upload it to YouTube right away to make sure that I have a copy on YouTube, so just in case anything does happen, my hard drive fails, for example, or my internet goes down, there's a video uploaded and ready to go up without me needing to worry about it. But I accidentally deleted the video on Saturday afternoon, thinking that the video was scheduled for Sunday afternoon, and of course it wasn't. I forgot to schedule upload it, which meant I'd already deleted the footage, of course, because the video was made, and I deleted the video thinking it was going to go up tomorrow, thinking the video was already on YouTube and ready to be published tomorrow on Sunday, and sadly it wasn't. And on Saturday Saturday night, I went onto YouTube to check that both my Torino career mode video was ready and also my Racing Santander episode was ready, and I realised that my Racing Santander video wasn't uploaded because I forgot to upload it, and because I deleted the video, I was basically screwed. So I downloaded some disk recovery software to check my Mac to see if they could find a video which had already been sort of wiped off the hard drive, but sadly I just couldn't find anything, and it had gone, and unfortunately I couldn't get that video back. And there you go. So it was a real shame, and again, I can only apologise for it. So although I know this is a secondary series, which, you know, doesn't have as much interest in my Torino career, and of course, I was planning to do so, it's still a bit of a shame to miss a video and miss an episode because of my stupid fault. And it was, of course, just nothing other than my stupid fault. But even so, I do apologise for it. And if you're wondering what happened to that video, that's basically what happened. I accidentally deleted it, and because there's no footage to work with afterwards, I couldn't make the video again. And there you go. So sorry about that, basically, but yeah, that video went, and there you go. But of course, this is episode number 137, the Champions League final, and in that episode as well, 135, we took on Manchester United in the semi-final second leg. We beat them by 3-1. The goal scorers were Isco, then Morata, then Van Persie scored a penalty which he won off of Sousa Pena, who came off the bench, and then we scored our third goal through Pedro Obiang. So we won that game by 3-1. That's why we're here in the Champions League final, and hopefully we'll will come through with a trophy, and there you go. But even so, I am so nervous for this game. We just got underway, and I am so nervous. You guys have literally no idea, because I'm just desperate to win this on our final ever game with Racing Santander. Still, of course, it is going to be a live commentary and a live Q&A as well, as we're now underway. So I'll get to the question in just a moment's time. But I want to say thank you very much, though, to everyone that's been asking me questions. Really appreciate it. Of course, to get my questions from Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter at @DocLanders. Highly recommend it. You can get involved in the series, make some signings from time to time, and of course ask some questions for commentaries, and just stay up to date with me and my videos. And there you go. And thanks to everyone who's been asking questions. As per usual, I don't get around to them all. I won't get around to them all, obviously, because I get so many. But if I don't ask you a question, it's nothing personal. I just get so many, it will be impossible to answer them all. And of course, as well, an obligatory thank you for all supporting the series so far. Again, despite the stupid idiot in myself for not uploading 135 before I deleted it, the series has had so much support. And of course, we are coming towards the end. This is the final game with the club, Racing Santander, before the Euros, which we will play. The support has been incredible, and I can't thank you enough. And as per usual, if you can leave a like to help the channel, show some support, I do appreciate it, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And yeah, I'm so grateful that this series, despite being a secondary series, has had a lot of interest, and I really do appreciate your support and your feedback and everything else on the videos. And there you go. So let's get down to the questions, and as soon as the ball goes dead, we'll get to the first question, and we'll see how many we can answer. Got loads of good questions as per usual, so thank you very much for those, and I'll try and answer as many as possible. But again, if I don't answer your question, don't take it to heart. It's nothing personal. I just can't answer them all. And the first chance could come here, because Candela could be away. Oh, I thought he was going to slide it through towards Morata, and Morata could have turned to shoot there, but sadly not. And we're now 12 minutes in. I haven't even answered a single question yet, so let's get going and let's get down to the questions. So the first question comes from, when I can unlock my phone, but I just entered the wrong passcode. The first question comes from Will, and he says, who is your idol? My idol is Candy Johnson. As I mentioned, I think actually in one of my previous live commentaries, my idol is Candy Johnson. She's a YouTuber, she's a makeup artist, and she is just absolutely wonderful. She's my idol primarily just because of who she is as a person. She is just one of the nicest people I've ever had the pleasure of, finding out about, I guess. She's absolutely lovely, she's warm, she's beautiful inside and out, and she is just absolutely lovely, and I think she's amazing. And she's the type of person that I want to be, and that's why she's my idol. She's my idol because I would want to be basically exactly like she is. She's just an awesome person. What she does for people is just awesome. She's so people orientated, I guess, and she's just a really loving, kind person, and you just can't really fault who she is as an individual, and that's why she's my idol. And you guys, I'm sure you probably wouldn't be interested in her videos. They're sort of all about makeup usually, but I'll leave a link to her channel anyway, and her Twitter page too, just in case you want to see who she is, what she's about. And I'll also leave a link as well to my favourite video she's ever done, when she met someone, a very brave individual, and she was a beautiful soul to that person, and she's just an awesome person all round. And there you go. And I need to learn as well how you can keep your phone from locking as well. And if you guys could actually comment as well, you guys are probably way better at technology than I am. I'm stupid with mobile phones, but if you could tell me how you can keep your phone from locking up after like an extra 30 seconds or so, please let me know, because I want to do that for live commentaries. My phone has locked itself again, and it means I've got to enter the passcode again, and I want to know how you can keep your phone permanently sort of unlocked, so this way I don't have to keep on unlocking it whilst I'm answering new questions. And please, if you have any ideas, it's an iPhone, by the way. It's an iPhone 6, if that makes any difference. If you have any ideas how you can keep your iPhone from locking up again, please let me know, because that would really help for live commentaries, as opposed to keeping on needing to take one hand off the controller to unlock the phone again. But I'll get to the next question in just a moment's time. But again, I've got to wait for the ball to go dead and for my phone to be unlocked. So it's going to come to De Gea, and let's do it real quick whilst he's on the ball. So what happened there? Was that a free kick off someone? What's happened here? Have we got a free? Yeah, okay, free. I was going to say, I thought we might have given a penalty away whilst I was unlocking my phone. Come on now, that's not fair. Next question comes from Sam Clark, and he says, would you ever consider doing a podcast? Would you ever consider podcasting like El Dinero, like El Dinero's Midnight Hour? There just isn't enough of it in the world. I would love to do something like a podcast, because even though I'm someone who isn't really intelligent or anything, I like the idea of just having like a 45 minute to an hour sort of chat about, current events, for example, and just generic topics. I would love to do something like that. I really would, but I just, A, don't have the time, B, I'm not really interesting and intelligent enough for that sort of stuff. Oh, what a block that is by Grimaldo. And also C, I don't believe there'll be enough interest for it on my channel. I've started doing something similar with my FM series where I sort of just chat about stuff from time to time now. I think that's pretty much going to be what my FM series will be from now on, just chatting about random stuff. But as for podcasting, which I'd really like to do, I just don't think there's enough interest on my channel. I don't really have the time. And also as well, I don't really think I'm intelligent enough, knowledgeable enough, interesting enough, entertaining enough to keep you guys interested for more than 45 minutes, for example. And also as well, I don't really think I speak well enough too, which is crucial because I make a lot of mistakes when talking and my vocabulary is quite limited. And there you go. So it's a good idea. I'd like to do one, but I think there are too many reasons why I shouldn't. And the next question comes from Big Cam, who's a big guy, and he says, is there any clue on the series you're doing after Club and Country? Should I give something away? Well, after Club and Country, I am planning a new series, as you guys might know. If you watched my last FM video, you would know. I am planning a new series. I don't want to give it away because whatever I say will, give the idea away quite significantly, I feel. But I'll just tell you it's an offline series. It's not online. It's going to be an offline series. And it's also going to be a bit of a mini series as well. It won't last too long. It'll probably only last like 2 or 3 weeks maximum. It's a bit of a mini series just to have a break, just to do something new, try something new. And it's just something I've never done before, and I just think it could be really, really fun, and I guess just something completely different against the grain. And I can't even like tease you guys with it, because if I tell you just like one little thing about it, you'll probably be able to guess what it is, and I want to keep it a secret. So yeah, it's something I've never done before. It's offline. It's going to be a mini series, and it's quite unique to my channel. And there you go. And I haven't actually seen it being done on YouTube before. Again, if it has been done, and I do apologize, but I've never seen it done on YouTube before, so I think I might be the first one to do something like this. But if I'm not, then apologies to whoever came up with the first original idea of it. But I thought of it like during last year, and I think this could be a good thing to try as a mini series. And the next question comes from Alex Hughes, and he said, if you could pick 4 pros to play in a five-a-side team, who would you pick and why? If I guess I'm picking 4 players out of a five-a-side team, I'm being the other player. So of course I go in goal, so I'd be in goal. And I don't know who my other 4 players would be. I mean, you can't really leave out Messi and Ronaldo, can you? So I guess they'd have to be in a team. But who would the other 2 players be? Of course, you've got to choose what formation you play as well. You sort of need, as a defensive, you need a defender in your team, of course, but I feel like you need a good ball-playing defender. So I'd definitely think about David Luiz as someone who's comfortable on the ball, who's a skillful back, someone who could skillfully defend as well and play the balls forward. I definitely think about David Luiz. I think I'd probably go with Matic at the back, though, and that's a really interesting one. But I'd choose Matic because he's a really defensive unit. He's really comfortable on the ball as well. Do you know what I'd do, actually? I'll play a 2 at the back. Oh, Morata, yes, 1-0 Racing Santander. What a lovely ball by Carvajal. This has been a terrible first half. We take the lead through Morata, get in. I think I'll go with Matic at the back. I'll play a 2 and a 2, me in goal, and then a 2-2 formation. And I have Matic at the back. That's an interesting choice, but I have him as a defensive unit that could also play balls forward. Matic at the back alongside Gerard Piqué. Those are 2 interesting backs, so I'll have those as my 2 defenders, Matic and Piqué, and then Messi and Ronaldo as the forward players. I don't know what formation I would do for that, but I think that would probably be my 5-a-side team. And of course, with me in goal, I'd be the huge liability at the back, letting every single shot. But yeah, me in goal, and I'd have Matic and Piqué at the back. One stays back, one goes forward, and Messi and Ronaldo as the 2 forwards to just contribute to the main source of goals we'd have. But the problem with that is there's no recognised midfielder, if you will. Matic is of course a midfielder, but he'd be at the back. So I guess I could probably play Piqué as the defender, and then Matic, and then Messi and Ronaldo. I don't know. Do you know what I'll do? I'll leave a picture on the screen of how I'd set that team up with me in goal, of course. And I'm sure we'd score quite a few goals, but we'd also let in a few as well. Me at the back, I'll be terrible in goal. I'll just crumble on the pressure, and I'm playing with all those superstars. But the next question comes from Ben Boyd, and he says, when did you get into football? I got into football when I was 6 years old, or 6 or 7 really, so I got into football really, really young. I'm not sure exactly what it was that really got me into it. I just remember my first game Oh, what a god it would have been by Elise. I remember the first game I went to wasn't Millwall, it was a Wycombe Wanderers game. As that back then was my local team. My local team now is the Milton Keynes Dons. Yeah, back then Wycombe were my localist team, if you will, or the team that was closest to me. My dad took me and my brother to a Wycombe Wanderers game, and yeah, I can't remember how old I was, but I was very, very young. But I first got into it when I was like 6, 7 years old, and it's a bit of a shame thinking about how many years I've been into football, and now I'm sort of losing interest in it quite a bit. But yeah, I was really, really young when I first got into football, and I don't know exactly what the reason was, but I do know one of my first games was going to watch Wycombe Wanderers play, and there you go. So 1-0 going into the break probably, as I think the referee will blow for half time after this one final piece of possession. And I have to say, this has been quite a poor first half. I do apologise for that. However, we've dominated possession, and that's what I really like to do with this Racing Santander team. And now we're 1 goal up, with us controlling the tempo, with us dictating the style of play. This is going to be a really hard game for Chelsea to get back into the game. So it may not be, too entertaining, but is it effective? You better believe it. And the next question comes from Zayden, and he says, what's your favourite FIFA 15 soundtrack? And if you don't have one in FIFA 15, what's your favourite all time? I think you might mean favourite song. My favourite FIFA soundtrack would be 2005. FIFA 2005 had a great soundtrack, but my favourite song in any FIFA ever was Jerk It Out by the Caesars. That was an amazing song, and it still is an amazing song. There have been some great songs over the years through FIFA, they really have. Yeah, it probably will be Caesars though. And there you go. And Cormac Sinot says, would you rather understand any language or be able to play any instrument? That's an awesome question. Would I rather understand any language or be able to play any instrument? That is such a difficult question. Thank you for that. That is really difficult. I don't know, because I love the idea of being able to play an instrument. Like, I love the idea of being able to play the guitar, for example. I think that would be really, really cool. But then again, being able to understand any language, that would be awesome as well. I'm not too sure. I would probably go with language, just because I think it would be more useful for me. Going to a foreign country, for example, if I understood Spanish, for example, there are loads of countries I could go to and be able to understand the language flawlessly. But yeah, the idea of learning an instrument and be able to play it flawlessly would be great as well. But I'll go with language, just because I think it would be more beneficial. That's a great question though, and there you go. And the next question comes from DMG, and he says, what music do you listen to when you work out? Usually I just put the radio on in the gym, so they'll play whatever popular music's on. But for me, if there's no one in the gym and I can listen to my own music and just put my iPhone on speaker, I usually listen to like some grime or some pretty heavy rap. Usually if I'm listening to grime, it's JME. I really like JME as a grime artist, but yeah, it's usually grime or rap. But if there are people in the gym, you can't really listen to your own music unless you've got headphones in. I don't like to do that, so I just put the radio on, and there's, I don't like, I'm someone who doesn't really keep up to date with popular music trends, but whenever I put the radio on, like, I don't know why, and I don't know whether other people are like this as well, but when I'm working out and I'm lifting something, like, I always wait until a really good song comes on the radio to really go for a set. If I'm lifting heavier, for example, than usual, if I'm going up a couple of weights, like, I usually wait for a really good song to come on the radio as like inspiration or motivation, I guess. I don't know why. It's really stupid, but the other day there was a really annoying song that was being played on the radio, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's quite a popular one right now, and it's just loads of noise and it sounds terrible. But I had to wait for a better song to come onto the radio before I started lifting and bench pressing. I don't know why, it was so stupid. But there you go. And the next question comes from no, that's not Sam. It comes from Morgan, and he says, what is the most rewarding part of being a YouTuber? So yeah, Morgan says, what is the most rewarding part of being a YouTuber? The most rewarding part of being a YouTuber for me would probably be, that's why I had to post my Matic, would probably be the, that's such a difficult question, man, because there are quite a few things that really do reward you as a YouTuber. But for me, I think it's just being safe in the knowledge that your videos can be a healthy source of entertainment for people every single day, and you are to some people an inspiration, and you are to some people a role model. That is just such a rewarding factor for me. Like, when I don't get to read comments and messages and tweets as much as I would like to nowadays, because I'm just so busy. But I always find it really nice when I get a really, really nice message from someone saying something really, really positive and something which is really, really heartwarming and really heartfelt, when they say something really, really nice and they talk about me in such a positive light. Because, I'm not good at saying nice things about myself, because, in all honesty, I despise myself. But when someone says something really positive and something nice, and you realize that your videos, just by doing FIFA videos, every single day, have, influenced someone's life in some kind of positive manner, it's always the most rewarding factor for me. Because there are some days where YouTube is such a massive strain on your personal life. It's just crazy, because you're just so busy, and it affects your mood a lot, and it's just a massive strain. It's physically and mentally tiring, and you just wonder whether it's all really worth it. Because some YouTubers get paid an awful lot for the videos they make, and some YouTubers really do deserve that because of the great high quality entertainment they put in. But for YouTubers, for me, for example, like, I don't think I'll ever get paid that much. The videos I put out don't really generate me much income. And there's a great lyric in a song that I like, from Eddie B and Tim Gunter, who used to be a sort of a duo, a music duo. I used to feature some of their music in my videos, so from time to time in montages. And there's a great lyric from Eddie B, and he's talking about his music, and he says, "And trust I do it for love. It's not a lucrative business." And that's pretty much how I feel with YouTube. I'll never get paid that much doing YouTube. If I wanted to, I could probably get a basic admin office sort of job, in the next few weeks, if I wanted to. If I really went for loads of job interviews and stuff, and put in a ton of applications, and I could get paid like 20% more than I'm getting paid right now, and it could be a really big bonus for me financially. But it's doing what I like doing, most importantly, and knowing that I get to entertain people, and get to entertain them, cheer them up, make them feel good about themselves, and the message I get to spread, and when it goes through as well, that is without doubt the most rewarding thing. I've had people that watch my videos that have become way more accepting of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender people because of the message I try and spread. Loads of people that are far more interested in gender equality and gender politics nowadays because of what I try and promote, and what I try and say, and what I try and hold myself in high regard with that. Hold myself in high regard, hold that message in high regard, by spreading it as much as possible. And it's awesome when someone messages me or tweets me or comments on one of my videos and says something like that, says that they're way more accepting of a community, or trying to model themselves on the way I do things. That's without doubt the most rewarding factor for me, and it's the reason why I do YouTube. And hopefully one day I'll be able to earn more money. Obviously that would be a huge rewarding factor for me, being able to see my salary go up and up and up. But without doubt the most rewarding thing right now, at least for definite, is what my message could spread, and the way I can cheer people up, and just stuff like that basically. It sounds stupid, I know, it really does, but it's without doubt the most rewarding factor for me. And there you go. I don't think I made too much sense with that question, did I? But hopefully most of you guys understood what I was trying to say there. And there you go. And the next question comes from, I'll get to it in just a moment's time, but that was a really crunching challenge. You won the ball and everything, but even so. And I'll get to the next question in just a moment's time. But this is still 1-0 to Racing. This hasn't been the best Champions League final ever, but as I said at half-time, we're doing what we need to do, and that's the most important thing. I'm going to bring on a sub as well. Elise gets tired really easily, and I'm going to bring him off and also bring on Ranieri Aguza, just because he can do a similar role to Elise. And let's also bring on... Do you know what? Let's bring off Obiang as well. He's done a good job. We'll change the holding mids, bring on Aguza and Concha. Maybe not as defensively solid, but more energy in the middle of the park. That's always nice. And there you go. So the next question comes from... Samuel, and he says, if you can make one significant change to your life right now, without limitations or consequences, what would it be? That's an awesome question, because I have the answer to it in my mind right now, but I can't really say it for personal reasons. But when I read that question, there were a couple of things I wanted to say along with what would be the main thing, but it's not realistic. Like, it's not realistic for me to achieve that. But of course, if there are no limitations, I guess I could. So I guess I would probably say, one significant change with no limitations. I don't know. I really don't know. I guess... Like, I want to say something which is more realistic, because, saying something like that, I could just say winning the lottery, I guess. That's a significant change with no limitations. But I don't really know, to be honest. I guess just having more people following my videos, that would probably be, and I know it sounds kind of sad, but I'd have more people following my videos. Oh, what a god it would have been. More people following my videos, and, being more enthralled by my videos, I guess, and the messages I'm spreading, because I know that I'm doing more with my platform, and that's always been my biggest my biggest frustration with YouTube, knowing that I don't have as many subscribers I would want, to have a bigger platform to spread the messages I want to spread, and you know, try and give people the messages I want to send. And there you go. That's a stupid answer. Obviously, like, I don't think anyone would ever have the same answer as that. But yeah, having a bigger platform on YouTube, I guess, having more subscribers to be able to spread more positive vibes and more kind words and more good things, I guess, would be the one significant change I would want to make if there were no limitations to it. But there are other things as well, but I don't want to answer them for personal reasons, and there you go. But I really, do you know, I read that question, and I really wanted to talk about my face, which sounds ridiculous, but I really do want to get some cosmetic surgery done as well on my face. I've been trying to get some rhinoplasty done and sorted out, but I just can't afford it right now, and that is without doubt a huge significant change I would like to make. But is it enough of a significant one to, you know, sort of use up a wish, for example, if I had one? I'm not too sure. But anyway, let's get on to the next question in just a moment's time. And this is, I honestly can't believe how poor this Champions League final's been. Chelsea have been terrible, and now I've said that, they're almost, are they gonna, oh my god, how did Kurt Zuma not turn that in? What was De Gea doing, man? Seriously, how did Zuma not finish that? That's Chelsea's best chance of the game, and they completely messed it up. What a chance to equalise. They've been so bad. They've been so bad in this Champions League final. The Champions League final, for goodness sake, they've been absolutely terrible in this game. And we're going to close out a 1-0 victory as things stand, because they have just been diabolical. But the next question comes from Andreas Bagison. Is that how you pronounce that? I'm so sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. You're a long-term sub of mine, but if that's a wrong pronunciation, I'm sorry. But he says Blur or Oasis. Definitely Oasis. I love Oasis. I think they've got some really good songs, and they're an awesome band. I've got Oasis are one of the very few bands, or artists I should say, that I have on my iTunes, where I don't just have like one or two songs. I have like whole albums from them. I love Oasis. I think they made some great music back in the day, and I'll definitely go with Oasis over Blur. Blur weren't bad. I had a couple of Blur songs on my iTunes, but without doubt Oasis. Like, seriously, some of the songs Oasis have done over the years are crazy, man. Like, seriously, The Master Plan is without doubt my favourite Oasis song. Oh my goodness, are you serious? They've done nothing all game, and then with 2 minutes to go, they score an equaliser through Schürrle. The header just about goes in. It's got a goal decision system, but it's definitely a goal. Oh my goodness, that's so ridiculous. I feel bad for slating Kurt Zuma now, because they've gone and scored the equaliser, and they're going to force extra time. It was a great header by Schürrle, but even so, that is so frustrating. You know, they've done basically nothing all game, and then they scored 2 minutes to go for a header. Just typical. But yeah, Oasis would be ahead of Blur for me for the favourite band out of those two by far. Love Oasis. The Master Plan was my favourite song of theirs, and it's crazy to think that was released as a B-side. Can you believe that? The Master Plan was released as a B-side. That is absolutely crazy. But there you go. I don't believe that, man. Like, I actually don't believe that. Seriously, they've done nothing pretty much all game. This reminds me of the FA Cup final with Arsenal when we were taking on Spurs in my career mode series. And, you know, Spurs equalised with one of the last attacks of the game. Just completely deflate the mood. This is so terrible. It's Paco Candela. What a great chance. Candela. Oh, Morata, can you get there? No, Luis cuts it out, and Chelsea will get the ball clear. How we scored the winner late on straight after conceding, that would have been great. But Chelsea clear, and now we've got to make sure we don't concede and make sure we do at least take the game to extra time. Or can we actually grab ourselves the winner? Here's Rodriguez down the right hand side. Carvajal on the overlap. Oh, Concha could be through. David Concha, blaster shot over the bar. But the next question comes from, oh, he's onside as well. I thought he was offside. Next question comes from Adam Hawkins, and he says, are you in love? No, I don't believe you can, like, how do I answer this question without sounding too narcissistic? I guess I don't believe that you can be truly in love with someone unless you're in a relationship with them. And I know that's a quite controversial thing to say, but I'm 22 years old, I'm 23 this year. I've been single all my life, so I don't believe I can ever say I've been in love with anyone. But I have been infatuated with quite a few people. Infatuation is completely different to love, but they've got similar traits. I've been infatuated with quite a few people though, but right now I wouldn't say I'm infatuated with anyone, to be honest. I'm just not really focused on anyone, to be honest, which is kind of sad, I guess, but there you go. But I've never really had that sort of being in love feeling. Without doubt, how can I? Sorry to just stop the commentary for a minute, but how can you say we had 64% pass accuracy? How does that make sense? You guys have been watching this video How on earth is it 64% when we've had 58% of possession and we've had so many passes throughout the entire game? How is that even possible, EA? And Chelsea's is 81%. How is that possible? But yeah, sorry, to get back to the question. This game just, it annoys me so much because I'm such a sucker for statistics and analysis as well. When I see stuff like that, it just annoys me, to be honest. How can you get that sort of stuff wrong? But yeah, I don't believe you can truly be in love with someone unless you're in a relationship with them, but or have been in a relationship with them at some point. But yeah, I've never been in love because I've never been in a relationship. I'm 23 this year, and I've always been single. And let's take off Pacundella and let's bring on Iosa Perez. And I was going to push Isco out to the left wing. You can play there, but then we lose a bit of pace on the wing. So I want some pace really, along with Rodriguez. This is a difficult choice. How should I play this? Could also bring on Torres. Who should I bring on in this situation? This is where you want a really rapid player to come on, and Perez is quite quick. So I think I will go with Perez, and I actually might play him down the left-hand side to cut in. In fact, you know what I might do? I'll play him on the right, and Rodriguez to cut into his left-hand side. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, let's go with that. So Perez on, Pacundella off. So yeah, I don't know where I was with that question. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I've never been in love with anyone, and I don't really thoroughly believe I can be unless I'm actually in a relationship with someone. But I'm not infatuated with anyone right now either. And there you go. It's kind of sad as well. Like seriously, like when I was in school, I always wanted someone to be with, I guess, and I still do now to this day. And if you were to tell me at the age of like 15, 16, at the age of 22, you were still going to be single and to have never been in a relationship with anyone, like honestly, that would be such a discontent. I'd have such a I have such a feeling of discontent to know that, and it's crazy to think that that is the truth. That's how it's been. But it always makes me laugh, like when people say stuff like, "Oh, don't worry, you'll find someone eventually," and it's like, really, when? When is that going to happen, and what are you basing that on? Because over the past, over the past 22 years, I can't see how that is ever going to change. But anyway, the next question comes from. I'll get to it in just a moment's time. This has been such a frustrating game, man. Seriously, we hadn't done enough to deserve a dominant victory, for example. But I felt with Chelsea not doing too much in the entire game, we could have at least hold on to our win. But here's a great cross towards Khedira. He can win those balls in the air. Perez will turn it behind for a corner though, and Chelsea begin to put us under pressure right now. Next question comes from Didier, and he says, do you have any plans of what you want to do after YouTube? Example, going to the media. I honestly, I always wonder why people ask why YouTubers, for example, have to have some kind of backup plan, considering how lucrative YouTube can be. But I guess considering the fact I don't earn too much money, that's a totally legitimate question. I should really have a backup plan, to be honest. But as for the plans, if YouTube, for example, if I was going to leave YouTube in the next year, for example, I don't really know what I would want to do. I think I would probably I love the idea of being something like a sports analyst, I should say, because as I mentioned a minute ago, actually, I love statistics. I love numbers in sport. I'm fascinated by statistics in sport, like I really am. I'd love to do something like a sports analyst type of job. I'd love to be like a scout, for example. That's offside on Isco, or something like that. As for going into the media, I'd like the idea of being a football commentator. That does appeal to me, but I wouldn't like the idea of constantly traveling. One of the biggest benefits about my job right now of YouTube, for example, is that I'm always working from home, and I'm sort of grounded here. Like there's never a day where I'm sort of working somewhere else. For example, I'm always here in my room, which is kind of sad, but yeah. So I like that, but the idea of constantly traveling wouldn't be a good idea for me, because I don't mind traveling every now and then. Like I like going to London every now and then, obviously, but I don't like the idea of having to travel to I don't know where exactly, but up north, for example, on one weekend, and then next weekend going down south, and then maybe covering a midweek game, having to go to Wales, for example. I don't like the idea of constantly traveling. So I guess commentary wouldn't be a bad idea, but I don't like the idea of the traveling side of it. But I don't know, really. I'd probably just look to go into another office job, to be honest. My last job before YouTube, and whilst I was doing YouTube, I was still doing this job, was in an office, and it was something I was comfortable doing, I was familiar with the role. I'd worked in an office before, and it's just easy for me, because I'm most comfortable doing something when I'm sat down at a desk and by a computer, because it's familiar with me, and it's, I'm relatively okay with computers, I guess. And I guess that's why it would be a job I'll go into after YouTube. because it'll be easy for me to get back into without needing to worry about acquiring new skills and stuff, because I would still have them from doing this job and jobs I've done previously. And the next question I'll get to in just a moment's time comes from Adam Hawkins, and he says, what is your favourite quote? My favourite quote would be a Tupac quote, and it's you know what? I'll leave a link to the commercial, or the advert, I should say, it's featured in. But I first heard it in an advert for Powerade with Derek Rose, and it's a beautiful quote. And I won't tell you what it is because I won't be able to do it poetic justice. But it's a beautiful quote, and it's something I actually want tattooed on my back one day, along with a rose. I think that would be kind of cool. And I'll leave a link to it in the description, and you should definitely go check it out. It's an awesome quote. It's for a song he did, and I can't remember what the song was. It's not Brenda's Got a Baby, I don't think. What is the song called? It's from a Tupac song, but what is it called? That is going to really annoy me. Do you know what? I know what the song's called. It's on the tip of my tongue right now. You know when you have what you want to say, it's on the tip of your tongue, you just can't think of the word for it. That's what this song is right now. I know exactly what the song is called, but I just can't remember exactly what it's called, and I can't think right now. But I'll leave a link to the song and the commercial I first heard it in. And there you go. What is that Tupac song called? That's going to annoy me so much. But yeah, I'll leave a link to it. And there you go. And the next question I'll get to in just a moment's time. But this has been frustrating for us because in the extra time period, we've done absolutely nothing. Like seriously, we had that one chance through Concha, or was that in normal time? I can't remember now. But other than that, we've done nothing in extra time. And we need to get this sorted because Chelsea have been putting me under pressure. And I'm fearful of putting too many bodies forward because they could definitely hit us on the counter-attack. So I've got to keep on playing like this and just hoping that we'll be able to get something from it and nick something on the break. Next question comes from Morainology. Is that how you pronounce your name? I know what it's supposed to mean, but I can't say it properly. Morainology, is that right? And he says, is there anything you want to try but are too scared to do? Like, for example, bungee jumping or something extreme. Laugh my ass off. Is there anything I want to try but I'm too scared to do? Not really. I'm not really, interested in things like bungee jumping and abseiling and skydiving and stuff like that. Swimming with dolphins. In all honesty, that sort of stuff doesn't appeal to me whatsoever. Like, I think I mentioned this once before. Like, there are a lot of people that have that sort of stuff on their bucket list. Like, oh, I want to go swim with the dolphins in Australia, and I want to go and bungee jump in the Himalayas. What? Is that the right place to go bungee jumping? I don't know. But they want to do all that sort of stuff. That doesn't interest me one bit. Like, it really doesn't. I don't care about any of that sort of stuff. There are things I want to do in my life, and if I want to do them, I'll eventually do them at some stage. I'm not scared about doing them. It's just that I might have limitations financially, for example, as to why I don't do them. It's nothing to do with fear or anything. And stuff like bungee jumping, for example, doesn't interest me one bit. And there you go. And that was a good save by Courtois there, but it's still 1-1. I do believe this game's going to go to penalties unless we can get something here. Rodriguez. Oh, crosses. Morata surely. 2-1 to Racing Santander. And what a ball by Jesse Rodriguez. And these two players this season have been absolutely phenomenal. Rodriguez has been great. Morata's been superb. Alvaro Morata bangs in the goal, and what a cross by Jesse Rodriguez. If you didn't see that first time, go back and watch it. A Rabona cross into Morata, sets himself, smashes the ball into the bottom corner. Excuse me for 1 second. My tea's gone cold. That was absolutely delicious. What a ball by Rodriguez. And it's 2-1 to Racing Santander. Get in. And oh my goodness, we are surely going to take this game now with 5 minutes to go. Actually, let's not jinx it. We might not take this game, but oh my goodness, get in. Seriously, I'm so relieved as well after we threw it away with just a couple of minutes to go in normal time. We're back in front. It's Morata with the goal, and Rodriguez got the assist. What a great partnership they've been this season. They're absolutely fantastic in the league, and now in the Champions League on the biggest stage as well. They have done it. 2-1 to Racing. Get in. Let's make sure we don't throw this away now. Come on. So I'll get to the next question in just a moment's time, but I need to defend. I'll make sure we don't concede here. And that's a ball through to Morata. Oh, what a great chance on the break. You've got Isco next to you. Great chance here. Isco, can he beat Azpilicueta? No. And Morata wins it back, and Chelsea get the ball away. And you know what? I won't answer another question because I really want to see this game out. I don't want to take my eyes off the screen for a split second. Actually, I can do one now, can't I? And last question then, okay, comes from Patrick. And he says, do you think YouTube will stop being popular? I don't think it ever will be, to be honest, because as a platform, I don't see a rival to YouTube, or a significant rival. Like, I really don't, or a serious rival, I should say. When you think about, sites like Facebook, for example, they've got proper rivals in sites like Twitter. Oh, what a great cross that is. Cavani sets himself and finesses the ball into the bottom corner. And this is just typical, isn't it? We conceded late on in normal time, and now we've done it in extra time as well. I held him up so well with Borja Lopez, but those are the moments when you need some luck, and it goes through the legs of our giant 6'4" defender. Oh, that's just typical my luck, isn't it? Oh my goodness. So unfortunate. I held him up so well with Lopez as well. I thought he was definitely going to block it. And it goes through his legs and into the bottom corner as the clock goes to 120. This is just absolutely ridiculous, man. If nothing else, at least the Champions League final came into fruition and finally started to become really exciting. Oh, Morata! What a challenge by Matic. Oh my goodness. This final was so poor for such a long period of time. And it's completely come alive in such a great way. But YouTube doesn't really have a proper rival, you know. Like, there are sites like Vimeo, for example, but they're nowhere near the size of YouTube. It's so dominant in its field, and now they've added music as such a big thing on their site as well. I can't see YouTube ever not being relevant as a website, to be honest. I think it's always going to be popular, and there you go. And oh my goodness, this final is just coming to life later on. Rodriguez with the free kick. If we win it from this free kick, Rodriguez over the bar. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this, man. Like, I really can't. To throw it away in normal time with a couple minutes to go and then do the same thing in extra time, it's just terrible. Like, you just can't do that twice in a Champions League final, man. So frustrating, but if nothing else, at least I treated you guys to a good Champions League final, especially after how poor it was for such a long period of time. I'm glad it came to life, and there you go. So, oh my goodness, so frustrating. Oh, Morata, what a chance. Morata, oh, come on, Morata, man. You're supposed to have strength there. You can't ask for the Quater out muscle you so easily like that. That was terrible. But oh, this is definitely going to go to penalties now. We might get one final chance here. We need to get the ball into the box as quickly as possible, though. So let's get it back to Rodriguez. Morata's not in the box, so let's try and cut inside Rodriguez. Okay, corner, final chance. Come on, last chance to grab a winner here from this corner. And do you know what I'm going to do? This is so stupid, but I'm going to... No, let's not do that, actually. Let's give it to... I was thinking about giving it to one of my fullbacks, try and push everyone forward, but let's not do that, because we need some cover at the back just in case the game does continue. Let's cross it with Rodriguez in towards Aguza in the centre. Aguza's header! Oh my goodness, he's done it! Ranieri Aguza, of all players, in the 120th minute, are you serious? Oh my goodness! Aguza, I don't believe it! I don't actually believe it! How did he win that header? He's done basically nothing in his entire career. He was supposed to be the main man of the series. He did nothing, and then the Champions League finally comes on the bench and wins us the game in stoppage time and extra time. I don't believe this. My voice is completely gone. This is absolutely extraordinary. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Are you serious, Ranieri Aguza? Are you actually serious? This is extraordinary. We've won the game in stoppage time and extra time for Aguza's header. It's Chelsea 2, Racing Santander 3. And we're surely going to win the game, and it's all over. It's the final attack of the game, and it's finished. Chelsea 2, Racing Santander 3. Where did that come from? I don't believe that. I was literally, like, silent. I was pretty sure we were going to penalties. And Ranieri Aguza in the 120th minute, of all players, of all the players in the Racing Santander team, it's Ranieri Aguza. That is just crazy. I don't believe that. Like, I actually don't believe that. Oh my, I'm out of breath. My voice went really high there, didn't it? And I'm just shocked. I'm out of I don't know what to say. I can't believe it. I'm in shock. I can't believe we just won the Champions League final. It doesn't even feel like we've won it because it was the final attack of the game. Oh my goodness, the steward's holding his face. He can't believe it either. This is just ridiculous. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. This hasn't even registered for me right now. Carlos Blanco is lifting the Champions League trophy. And with our final game with Racing Santander, we've won the Champions League against Chelsea in stoppage time and extra time through Ranieri Aguza. Of all players, of all the players that would win you the Champions League final, it comes through a guy who was supposed to be a living legend and turned out to be a massive flop, and clearly not. I don't believe this. I got my head in my hands right now. This hasn't even registered with me. This has got to be one of, if not the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened in a series. Are you actually serious? Of all the players that would win me the Champions League final for the first time with the club, it's a flop. It's a guy that wasn't even doing anything over the past couple of years. Are you actually serious? Oh my god, this is just crazy. What a final. The game was absolutely terrible for such a long period of time. And then it just exploded into action and into life. And we win the final, the Champions League final, the Holy Grail, with the last attack of the game for a corner, which Ranieri Guza scores from, of all players, heading it past Courtois. This is, or Czech, I think it was actually, wasn't it? This is absolutely extraordinary, man. Like, seriously, actually, I don't need to do a player of the game. Don't do that in this series, do I? This is absolutely incredible. I can't, I've got no words. I genuinely have no words for this guy, who doesn't even look very happy in his player picture, to win us the game, our first ever Champions League win, our final ever game with Racing Santander. It hasn't even registered with me right now. This is the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened in a series, I feel. This is just extraordinary. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. If I shouted into the microphone, I do apologise. I might have to mess around with the audio levels to make sure I didn't do that. But I don't believe this. I actually don't believe it. It still hasn't registered with me right now. We've won the Champions League with Racing Santander for the first time ever in our final ever game with the club. And the hero was a flop at this club. I have no words right now. This doesn't even seem like real life. This is just absolutely crazy. Oh my goodness, but to end the episode off, I first have to get my breath back and also show you the squad report, to show you the final squad report of this Racing Santander team. If nothing else, at least you guys were treated to a great Champions League final, and if nothing else, with this being the final game of Racing Santander, at least it was dramatic, and at least we won the trophy we were seeking out for right from the start of the series in the most dramatic fashion ever. This is just absolutely incredible. Oh my goodness, my voice is gone, my throat hurts, I'm completely out of breath, and I just don't believe that actually happened. That just doesn't seem real. I can't work out how Ranieri Guza even won the header. He has no right winning that header. He's only 5'10", I think. That's just, excuse me. That's just absolutely absurd to watch him win us the Champions League trophy after doing nothing ever since being promoted. He was supposed to be the next Cesc Fabregas. He was supposed to be the man that comes in and plays for this Racing Santander team, captains the side from 16 years old like he was when he first got promoted, and, you know, just leads, you know, Racing Santander to glory, and also does it for Spain as well. Well, it turns out he's actually done the former with pretty much the only high-profile game he's ever played in his entire career. This is just incredible. Oh my goodness. But anyway, this is the squad report to end the episode off. You can take a look at the attributes and the stats of the players as well. See how they've done this season, what they look like, where they've been improving in, and what stats they put out. And oh my goodness, the final game with Racing Santander. And that happens. I mean, is there any way I can like put that into words to do that justice? I think seriously, like, this is the one episode of career mode that people might actually want to go back and watch at some stage again, even though they know exactly what's going to happen, just because of that ridiculous surprise right at the end, which I don't think anyone ever could have predicted. Oh my goodness. But that is actually going to end the episode, guys. And I don't know what to, I don't know how to say anything or what to say, because I don't, it's just ridiculous. Like, how, like, who would have thought that something like that would happen? That is just incredible. But if nothing else, I think Ranieri Guza deserves a wage increase for that, don't you? That is just absolutely extraordinary. He deserves a new contract for that alone. That is just absolutely incredible. Like, seriously, of all the players to go ahead and win you the Champions League final, it's a flop. It's a flop that I only put on the bench for comedic effect. That's just absolutely hilarious. Let's give Guza a wage increase. Mate, you just won the Champions League final for us, and I'm sorry, but you may still be a sporadic first-team player. That will never change, but you know what? You deserve this, mate. You deserve this wage increase. Well done, son. I'm in debt to you. Like, I really am. When I first promoted you were supposed to be the prodigal son. It never worked out that way because you never grew for some stupid reason. And he doesn't he doesn't want to stay here, even though he's just won this Champions League final. I don't care. I'm gonna keep doing this until he accepts a new contract. He deserves one. He just won us a Champions League final. He deserves one, mate. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely crazy. This is just extraordinary. Like, I never thought something like this would happen. And Aguza does accept his wage increase. And well done, mate, because you thoroughly deserve it. And I am so grateful that I promoted you all those years ago. You never worked out the way we were hoping. But you know what? It's been worth every single season of frustration for you never growing. For that one moment alone. For that one header you won. Putting it past Czech and winning us the Champions League final for the first and only time ever. But that does end the episode, guys. So thank you so much for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the episode, then please do leave a like, so it's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. I'm very sorry if I shouted into the microphone quite loudly, but that was just the most ridiculous thing that I think could ever have happened. Hopefully you enjoyed the video though, hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I'm glad I made it entertaining if nothing else for you guys, and of course don't forget in the next episode we're going to come back and start the Euros off with Spain as well. This is going to be the final tournament we'll be playing in the series as well. We're going to have the Euros with Spain, and after we've done the Euros, whatever stage we exit the competition in, be it group stage, knockout stage, or even going all the way to the final, that will be the final episode of the series. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. As per usual, really appreciate your support, man. Like, I really do. It means an awful lot to me to know you guys are still enjoying the series as we come towards its close. So if you could leave a like and help the channel out, do appreciate that. Really do. And I will see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon, which will of course be the start of the Euros with Spain as we enter our final tournament of the series. So thanks for watching. I'm going to get my breath back. Leave a like, enjoy the video, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon. Bye.